Monday Night Raw. This show, I tell you, man, I feel like it was rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch. It's like I get rematches every week on this show nowadays, to be honest with you. And, what was it tonight? Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. And Raw tonight. I don't even know what to say about this show, to be honest. It's one of these things where it's all over the board. I will say there was more bad than it was good, if you ask me. But we will get to probably one of the best parts of the night later on. But just once again, it's rematch on rematch on rematch. But the one of the big controversies right now, and the biggest thing that everybody's been talking out the entire weekend, is this whole Saudi Arabia controversy, which they are still doing this crown jewel thing. And let me pretty much make note that yes, the crown jewel was discussed, but there was no mention of Saudi Arabia. Even though I saw a clip throughout the night with like the Saudi Arabia in the background, there was literally no clip. Okay, there was literally no type of mention of Saudi Arabia. It's like it's the crown jewel, it's the crown jewel, and it's been a lot of controversy over the weekend. And this WWE does deserve this criticism. I saw John Oliver pretty much rip them in half for them going over there again. And WWE kind of did bring this on themselves for doing business with these people. I've said before, I still think this is blood money, but then again, Saudi Arabia paid Vince and them a crap load of money for whatever, some 10, 20-year deal. And there's been a lot of things throughout the weekend from U.S. senators telling them to pretty much reconsider going over there. Talent doesn't feel comfortable working over there now. WWE pretty much not even mentioning Saudi Arabia on their events page. Yes, they did mention the crown jewel, but they never put the word Saudi Arabia unless they're going to go still and just not even mention it. But that's been one of the biggest things throughout the weekend. But then again, like I said, WWE brought this on themselves for doing business with these people. If you don't know and you haven't really watched the news, I believe a journalist has gone missing. And he's either gone missing or he's presumed dead. And that has been because of the Saudi Arabian government. I think I saw something on the news today. I know they've been talking about this on the news and, people going after them. Because listen, this country is very shady, okay? Even come on, their business is shady to why even Vince and them would do something. And you can go all the way back to in April with that Royal Rumble thing, as people did say it was a propaganda video they were showing. Because yes, Saudi Arabia, yes, we let women drive now and sightseeing and trying to put it over as much as possible. But what is the point of going over here? What was really the point of going over there, to be honest? It just wasn't worth it. It really wasn't. And the fact that they're going 2 times, and we can go into the whole of not letting women over there, and I still think it's convenient that the women get their pay-per-view now, days before the crown jewel thing. But it's just a lot of shady business going on right here. And WWE is just getting ripped by mostly everybody, pretty much on the internet, news, whatever, for even working with these people. But pretty much right now, they're just saying the crown jewel. They never mentioned Saudi Arabia tonight. Just the crown jewel, as everyone said. And, pretty much we kicked off the show, which, by God, this is another rerun. Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre, as they talked about the crown jewel, and talked about how, the Shield is broken, and they talked about the World Cup, which, once again, this still revolves around the Shield, as McIntyre was going to go against Rollins, and Ziggler was going to go against Ambrose tonight, and he said it'd be a shame if they come to it, but, our paths are going to cross, but, McIntyre said, I'm better, but Ziggler says, hey, I'm in this tournament too, so, I've been in this company for a long time. The Shield came out then, Rollins and Reigns. No Ambrose, as Rollins say, he wants to prove he's the best in the world, because that's the whole thing with the World Cup, to prove who's the best in the world. Ziggler, talked about Ambrose not being here, and Rollins says, hey, Ambrose shows up when he wants to. It's like lunatic time. Whenever he shows up, he'll be here, all right? And, Reigns says he's going to beat Strowman at the crown jewel, and he's going to go in the back of the line, which wasn't really a lot about Reigns tonight, to be honest, but Of course, he's gonna get some boos, but it wasn't really that loud of boos in Philly, which is kind of odd too, because you go back to the Royal Rumble, this man was booed out of the freaking building. But this is probably the casual fans and not the hardcore fans, so usually Philly kind of destroys Roman Reigns big time. But just once again, it's more Shield versus the Pact or the Dogs of War. Except I feel like I've seen Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins face each other how many times in the past few weeks now? Same with Ambrose and Ziggler. How many times have we seen them face each other? But it's almost like just, it's like recycle rematch. Like, we're going to do the same match, but we're just going to change the same players around in this feud. That's what we're going to do here. The match wasn't bad or anything. Ambrose did come out and attack Ziggler later on in the match because Ziggler was getting involved. Seth hit a curb stomp on the outside of the ring on Drew, pretty much winning by count out. So at least, they are protecting Drew because he is a big deal, and they didn't really want to pin him here. But Seth pretty much moved on into this World Cup thing, which, like somebody said, might as well just call it the American Cup. There's literally no non-American, no one that's not a non-American in here, that because everyone is American in this cup right now, except for maybe Ray and Nakamura tomorrow. Some are putting out. Oh, the shows feel like it's making me tired after watching that. I didn't even sure I was gonna do a review tonight, but they talked about lunatic time and everything between the Shield in the back, and that's what they were talking about, the whole lunatic time. Ambrose pretty much was kind of offended by saying lunatic time, so that's all I'm good for, huh? That's how we're getting laughs and stuff? Is this what we're doing now? And, Seth and Roman looked kind of confused, saying it was just a joke. They then went to pretty much talk about DX returning back next week, as they had this video with Undertaker and Kane, which I probably thought this was pretty cool. Which, they were in some boiler room, as they said, their respect for DX was built on a bed of lies. And, Undertaker said that, Shawn Michaels, he stayed in retirement based on fear. And that the Brothers of Destruction will unleash, unleash hell on DX for the first time ever. And that, Michael's fears are going to come true. And, Kane says, you say you got 3 words for us. We got 3 words for you. They both said rest in peace. Undertaker said that once he's done with them, Triple H will go back to hiding in a boardroom, and Shawn Michaels will just go back to hiding in his own retirement of his fear. So the Dead Man and Kane pretty much said they were going to destroy them, and that they said it's going to be the first ever at Crown Jewels. So not a bad promo, I will say that, between the Undertaker and Kane in this boiler room setting to wherever they were at talking about DX. I liked it. I will say it was a lot of returns tonight, not big returns. Well, maybe one big return, but there were some returns. Which, once again, random tag match: Ember Moon and Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke and Tamina. Last time I remember, Tamina was on SmackDown. So she just magically ended up on Raw. Tamina has been gone since. Tamina disappeared like after the Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was kind of after the Royal Rumble she was gone, and she had surgery. I don't think it was her knee again this time. I think they said it was a rotator cuff, kind of literally right after the Royal Rumble. So she was back, and mostly it was just her and Nia Jax going at it, hitting super kicks. I still don't know what Tamina's gear is half the time. The only thing I know about her is just hitting super kicks on multiple occasions. But pretty much Moon won the match with a eclipse on Dana Brooke, and they pretty much announced it was this women's battle royale, and whoever wins will get a title shot later in the night, which I think it was leaked, and I feel like I know who's going to win that thing now. But pretty much they named people from Moon and a lot of women from Raw and SmackDown. From Lana to Mandy Rose to Sonya Deville, Naomi, etc., etc. Ember Moon, Jax, Tamina, Brooke. We all know they're going to be in there too. But like I said, they also named Tori Wilson was going to be in it. But pretty much after that, Tamina and Jax start going at it. Then Tamina super kicked Jax to the ground. Her and Moon dumped her over the top rope, which I like. Did Ember Moon just turn heel here? but Moon tried to throw Tamina out, but then Dana Brooke do both of them out. Listen, this whole women's battle royale is just kind of whatever. I don't I don't know. Well, one's getting a title shot later on, so we'll see what goes from that. But I was surprised to see Tamina back, because I'm like, why is Tamina even on Monday Night Raw? I thought Tamina was on SmackDown. So yeah, that's what I remember. I thought she was on SmackDown. But moving on into that, probably was one of the biggest things of the night, which in a way was good and bad. I'm just gonna go by on some of the lines, because I thought both of these, these women's promos were good, but still bad at the same time, trying to memorize multiple lines or just cringe in general. Ronda Rousey came out and talked about the Bellas, and they wanted an explanation for what happened. The Bellas walked out, and I swear to God, I just started laughing at the Bellas, promo, as, said that Ronda's disrespected what they done, and Nikki saying the word cringe, it made her cringe to see Rousey forefront this whole evolution, and that she doesn't deserve a title match, and that she does. And once I heard she says, we made the word diva strong and powerful, and I'm just laughing saying this, I was the longest divas champion. Yeah, it was a political title reign because this company wanted to stick it to CM Punk and AJ. And this is where we made the world want to see women's wrestling, and act like the divas did this. They tried to act like the divas was some forefront. This set the division 10 years back, and these two are the main reason that sets the division 10 years back. But it was one thing I felt about this promo, and I'm going to get more into it, was that this is stuff I feel like WWE was just taking all from the internet to what we said about the Bellas and how horrible they are, and how they are divas in a women's revolution, and that they are 10 years back, because the divas division was really bad, and you had 2-3 minute matches and a whole bunch of stupid, a lot of dance segments last time I remember, in bikini contests and stuff. So it was never that good, okay? And they act like the diva thing was that something to be proud of. These two women set the division back, and even Rousey said, I tried to be respectful, but the divas division made her sick to her stomach and everything, and that the Bellas, you just chalked up what you could with it. And I'm a forefront of this movement. You two are stereotypes, that you have minimal amount of talent. This is everything we say all the time. This is literally stuff I've been saying for God knows how long in these videos, probably for years too. And that they leech off their men, and they plagiarize their move sets. This is stuff we already know, that they're no pioneers, they're relics of the past. And I will agree, this is a lot of this is truth, but still they'll be trying to script it a little, as especially that smallpox line Rousey said, that felt really scripted, and that you could tell she did get nervous through this promo a little, but it was truth. Even with the Bellas too, that I felt they were just sounding robotic, trying to memorize a script. All of these women were trying to, but she said she could rip both their arms off and beat them with it, and that she would ruin the Bellas. But Bree says that you're just jealous, and that the name Bella did more last week than you could do worldwide all year. And Nikki tried to say we're groundbreakers and knock down doors, and this is just the dumbest thing I'm hearing. I'm laughing. I'm just literally laughing at Nikki Bella's promo, because everything she said was just so dumb. It really was. Both the Bellas, I just kept laughing at it. But Rousey went on to say, I've knocked down doors in Judo, Strikeforce, UFC, and right now in WWE. And this was the line of the night that everyone is saying. The only door you ever knocked down was to John Cena's bedroom, and eventually threw you out of that same exact door, and the crowd went freaking nuts for it, okay? They went nuts. And she said, why don't you two come to the ring so you can get the ass whipping you deserve? Next thing you know, they did that dance, the Bellas, for some reason, and then security guards came out, and you had the obligatory Ronda Rousey beating up the security guards, which I didn't even think. I thought one of them did the over the top when she did that little spin Samoan driver type thing. The guy overreacted. Listen, the whole security guard thing is just getting a little bit out of hand now. I feel like I've seen it way too many times with Ronda Rousey beating 3-4 security guards up in the ring. It's like, okay, how many times have we seen this now? Don't get me wrong, it's still impressive, but it's getting a little bit repetitive now. It's like somebody said before, like, how is any woman gonna beat her if she's beating up the men in the ring, okay, or flipping Kurt Angle around or something? So, well, why do we need to keep seeing her beat up like 5 security guards? But just in general, this was probably one of the biggest highlights of the night. I can say that too. It really was. It really was probably one of the, the biggest highlight. But like I said, that was literally the line of the night. But like I said before, all the stuff right here is everything we've really said. What I'm saying right now, you can go look at my past videos. This is stuff I've already said, and I'm sure many people on YouTube or whatever site or whoever talks about it, Twitter, Facebook, I don't care. We're all probably in the same unison of saying. So it's like WWE was listening and they say, hey, let's put this in the promo and try to put some realism into this of what is true that's really been said on the internet about the Bella twins, okay? But still, I do believe that, like I said, well, I was scripted and they were trying to memorize the lines and stuff, but it was still pretty good, and Rousey did hit her with that line with the whole knocking the John Cena's bedroom, which the crowd went nuts. So I guess it's the Divas versus the Modern Women. Listen, I still don't think this should be the main event, because unless this whole segment is going to make this event sell out, then I don't know, because last time I remember Evolution is still not sold out yet. They really are not. It's just still isn't. They haven't even sold out the building. I'm sure WWE will lie and make up some number for it, but they are not sold out. Kurt Angle was, I guess, entering. I think he was already in the arena, which Bobby Roode, Chad Gable asked him what is his new look, as he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt and a straw hat. I don't know if this was one piece or he was going to some, I don't know, probably a Jimmy Buffett concert or something. And No Way Jose magically is there somehow, which I forgot he was even still on this roster. And Roode and Gable say it was glorious, and they started arguing over that glorious thing. Corbin then pretty much said, how you had the whole stack against him at the World Cup, and he says, your singles match, you haven't had one in 12 years. The last time he's had one, and he's going to go against Authors of Pain tonight. I'll get to that later on. Dean Ambrose then went against Dolph Ziggler, qualifying match. Once again, Seth and Drew come out to interfere. Ziggler hit Seth with a super kick. Rollins, the Shield started kind of arguing at the top as Roman tried to break it up, and as they pretty much kept shoving each other between Rollins and Ambrose, Corbin came out. So what is this, the third time in under the past few weeks now? So did we just see this? So once again tonight in the main event, it is the Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre. How many times have we seen this match? Last Monday in Chicago, Saturday from Australia last week. Where? What's next? You might as well make this the main event of the next pay-per-view. I don't get it. We've seen this every week. I'm like, really? Main event? Rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch. It's funny, but it's dumb at the same time why this is main evented again. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's the main event again. But other than that, McIntyre and them, what was it, talking about the whole Shield thing, and Strowman says you guys better win tonight. Finn Balor versus Jinder Mahal. I do not care how many. There's another rematch you pretty much rehash and recycle every week. That's another one with not even 50-50 booking, but just overkill. Finn Balor won, coup de grace. I don't care. I really don't. Mixed Match Challenge, I don't get it. Hey, the other Singh brother was back though, which I should say the other Singh brother is jacked to the gills right now if you look him up. The guy's really been, working out ever since he's had that injury and stuff. I think it was his ACL he tore. So the guy's been hitting the gym and he was jacked to the gills, alright, he really is. But Balor versus Jinder, it's like, why? What is this, the 5th, 6th week in a row now we've seen this? Tag team and that with Bayley? How many times? I'm serious, how many times? Next thing you know, Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush come out right after Finn wins. I I guess Kevin Owens, by the way, Kevin Owens is really hurt bad with some knee surgery, so we will not really see Kevin Owens for a while. So I guess that really was a double turn if they were going to try to make Owens face here by taking him out. But Rush and Lashley, I don't know. Talk about Finn Balor. Trainer's making fun of how he's small and how Lashley's big, flexing his muscles and stuff. Dude, I don't understand this. Number one, dude, Leo Rush is annoying on the mic. He annoyed me last week and annoyed me some more. But I'm sure that's the idea they're really going for by having him being this annoying on the mic. When did Bobby Lashley now become the new Lex Luger or Chris Masters? Is he a narcissist now? Is this where we're going with Bobby Lashley, the narcissist? With him just flexing and, throwing Tyler Breeze around and just again flexing his muscles. Listen, I like Lashley when he was a heel in Impact. This guy really doesn't even need Leo Rush for him, if you ask me. I think he's good on the mic on his own. Look up his clips over there and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll give Impact one thing. At least they booked him to be a dominant heel world champion that was a very intimidating threat and really was killing the scene over there at the time. This right here with Leo Rush, and I like Leo Rush in the ring, but him on the mic is just like, dude, shut up. It really is. It's to that point where it's like turn the channel and watch something else, then listen to him. I don't understand it. It's annoying. It really is that annoying. And Bobby Lashley there, I don't know. Like I say, I guess he's a narcissist now. That's really what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be Lex Luger or Chris Masters. That's what I can see going from this. He's either Lex Luger or Chris Masters. Look it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm not really sure if this Lashley and Leo Rush thing is going to succeed. I really don't. And I don't think I really believe it may not. It may not, to be honest, but we'll see. Trish and Lita came out to talk about their Evolution match. Lita said that Philly is like her old friend being back home. Mickie James and Alexa Bliss came out then, which I didn't understand where this promo, even I was getting a little confused at this promo, as the word practice was being thrown around a lot. And how Mickie James has taken out both Trish and Lita in the past. Didn't Mickie James just win some award, I heard? I think it was the Native American Music Awards or something. I read something about it. I think she won for that song with the Yin Yang Twins. But, they kept saying the word practice and that, you guys need practice and stuff. Just saying practice multiple times. And they were going to go to the ring when Trish and Lita called her out. Both of them out, but didn't go nowhere. So, I don't know. This segment was what then let me say one thing about Philly, too. Other than the crowd really being hyped up for that Rousey promo, a lot of this crowd was dead, okay? The half of this crowd was dead through the entire night, like super dead. And this really did not get a reaction. Authors of Pain versus the Conquistador, which wasn't even Kurt Angle. It was just some dude in a mask that the Authors of Pain beat up. Kurt Angle didn't get a hit, an angle slam on Baron Corbin, which I swear to God, Kurt Angle looked like he struggled hard doing that angle slam on Corbin. Look at Kurt Angle's face. You can't tell me he wasn't struggling trying to pick up Corbin to hit that angle slam. Just look at his face. He looked like he struggled. But I'm saying, what was the point of beating up the Conquistador and even him dressing as a Conquistador again? The Riot Squad were around trying to make fun of Bayley and putting ketchup and mustard on Natalia's locker room wall. Natalya then went against Ruby Riott, but Natalya said she had backup, which was Bayley, and a return of Sasha Banks, which did not even get... I swear to God, Sasha didn't get that big a reaction. Sasha's been gone for a while now with whatever injury. No one never really explained. I heard it was a back injury now today, but no one really ever explained what her injury was or what she was going in for. But Sasha literally came out and got no reaction. Really not that good a reaction. Just was like, whatever, Sasha's here. Nobody didn't really seem to care. Natalya was about to win, but, with the sharpshooter, Riot Squad interfered. Pretty much Sasha was able to clear the Riot Squad out of the ring then, but no one did not really care for Sasha when she came out there, which is a shame, really, because the girl's really that great, but the way they book her is just insanity, really. It's just that good, and now it looks like the people don't even really care for Sasha even coming out tonight. Elias did his song, as he did his, WWE stands for a walk with Elias. He made fun of the Philadelphia Eagles and talked about them. Cruz came out then. Wanted to just know I felt like interrupting Elias. And, I'm tired of everybody getting more time to me pretty much. And so, play the guitar and everything, but you're not funny. But I want my time. I'm tired of everybody passing me, he said, alright? This is my shot, even if I gotta go through you. Elias said he makes people famous. He tried to go at Cruz, but Cruz kicked him out of the ring then. I like Apollo Crews, and I don't even know if this is really going to go somewhere with him. I like the guy. I just really believe he was taken out too early from NXT. He really was taken out that early, and they haven't really done crap with the guy in over 2 years now, ever since they brought him up in 2016. Okay? The guy's done nothing but either job, look like an idiot, or hang around with Titus the entire time. So I don't know if this is going to mean some type of push to him going against Elias, because even Elias' thing gets kind of old. Wish the crowd woke up for, but it's just him and do his song, talk about the crowd, make fun of the sports team, interruption. It's a match, or he'll just get the interruption and he'll disappear from the ring magically. Okay, that's what will happen. So, but as for Cruz, I like him and I hope something happens for him. I really do, because the guy's that good in the ring. It's just they just crap on this guy all the time. Main event time, Shield versus Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler for I don't even know how many times at this point. The Shield pretty much picked up the win, even though Seth and Ambrose were arguing, which they thought they were going to lose. But after Roman hit the spear on McIntyre, they hit the Shield bomb on Ziggler for the win. They walked out and celebrate. Strowman started arguing with Ziggler. He says, I told you what was going to happen. He's going to get these hands. He slammed him. McIntyre hit Strowman with a Claymore, kicked in after that, pretty much leaving Strowman very confused and stumbling around the ring. Listen, it wasn't a bad main event or anything, but how many times have we seen this? Okay, I'm serious. How many freaking times have we seen this? Match. Alright, this is like the second, third week in a row, or just in this short now time span. It's like, we gotta keep doing this. We gotta keep doing this. I don't know why, but we gotta keep doing this. So, it's just, like I said before, rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch on rematch. That's pretty much what it was for Monday Night Raw tonight. But once again, like I said, this crowd was still pretty dead, if you ask me. And of course, yes, they keep talking about the crown jewel, but we don't know what the crown jewel is, folks. Like, really, still no mention of Saudi Arabia. So there was not literally one mention of Saudi Arabia tonight. But I think that, the rest of the show though was just whatever in a way. Yeah, I will say that you had its good and bad parts. Like I said, the biggest thing you could really take from Monday Night Raw tonight was the Rousey promo. That's probably the biggest thing you could take. All right. That's probably one of the literally the biggest things you could actually take from this entire night of Raw. Because after that, crowd just like they went into sleep mode or something in Philadelphia. Wow, kind of losing sleep there. I'm trying to get this review if I start losing what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Rousey thing was mostly the biggest thing on here. Everything else was just either about the Shield and Strowman, all of them, or trying to get this World Cup across. So we still don't know where it's at. One of the worst things I probably thought was maybe that I'm gonna say with this whole Narcissist Lashley thing was just bad. It really was. It just was that bad out there. But we saw a couple of other returns tonight. Sasha, which I wish you would have got a big reaction. Tamina, I'm just surprised he's even on Raw. Sunil brother's back, so at least he's back with his brother. Dude's jacked to the gills. So yeah, you can take what you want from Monday Night Raw tonight. But once again, I swear they get booked into rematches almost every freaking week on Raw. Rematch on rematch on rematch. That's why I say that all the time. It's rematch on rematch. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I am tired. Goodbye and good night. Might as well say that just because a little bit Kenny Omega and it's his birthday today too. But I'm out of here. See you guys later. Too sweet. Want to do that because of the hat.